Well, I guess we know who skipped breakfast because Crash is ready to eat.
Feels good to get out of that storm, huh, boy?
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, to ReCore. So we're in
Alright, let's
one
find
of
the
what
pylon
the
controls.
game considers some dungeons, and before we actually get into the meat of the dungeon, as Matt pointed out, we're about to meet the Metroid Other M,
Hey, another
Miss
transfer
Samus,
plate. Just
who
like the one in our
runs
crawler.
these fast travel points, and
Let's
is
check it
one of
out.
my favorite characters in the game. We're going to be loading up this
Huh.
fast travel point.
Looks like there's something stuck in the memory buffer.
What? What could it be? It's a lovable little robot sidekick. Listen.
Yes, of course I'm a human.
That
My name is Jewel. What's your
what is
name?
your name?
Violet.
That is Violet.
So,
Hi,
do
Violet.
they have an
LT?
actual voice, or...?
Oh,
No,
you're
that's the
one
voice.
that
Literally,
Yeah,
wow!
But why?
So a regular voice is so bad that they need to
The
resort to
revolution?
gibberish.
Well, no, it's an alien language.
It's a robot language, and but
I think Violet
even
might
though
be
it's a
missing a
robotic
few
language,
bolts,
I
if you know
love
what
the
I mean.
enthusiasm in all of her lines. It's so nice. It's so fun. She has whole audio logs you can find where it's just her rambling, but it's a whole audio log with like text that you can follow along what she's talking about. But apparently Violet is trying to lead some revolution
there.
against a really
Pylon
evil robot
controls.
named Victor.
Come on, Mac.
Boy, I wonder when we're gonna meet that guy. So yeah, welcome to the dungeon. We're gonna be getting some cool upgrades, and usually we fight a big boss at the end of these. And I don't show it off, but starting with this dungeon onwards, we also start seeing little optional, like, there's a bit of a replayability to the dungeons where, like,
I guess one of
you
these
have to,
scores
like,
isn't
do
enough.
little, like, side
We'll need
missions, like,
more
oh,
to
completed in a
complete the
certain
pylon.
amount of time, find all the hidden switches and stuff like that.
I have to say, the fact that this thing could very well charge up our entire house, yet it's not enough for this one sphere on a pyramid.
Yeah, we need to find 3 more of the suckers.
How much does our own home suck?
Well,
Man,
considering
me,
that
the-
this is a multifaceted dungeon with several different connecting points
Man.
and technology bits, whereas our house is...
Oh, look. Is
The
there some
house?
sort of color-coded lock?
Man, we gotta move out to the country. What's up, Mech?
What is it, boy?
It is...
All right,
Die.
there you go.
Ah, just some.
Well, it looks like we have to blow up this wall or find out a puzzle. Nope, just shoot it.
Yeah,
Just
don't
shoot
worry.
it, Fox.
Mind if I do?
I was gonna make a joke about the boxes you were destroying,
Oh.
but given the name I was going to use, I feel like people would riot.
A red ammunition?
What?
So now I can swap between my ammunition types. You'll get also a yellow and a blue one later in the game, but so there's now kind of a little, almost like a color thing, like
Oh no!
Metroid Prime.
Evil Max!
The red, yeah, Red Max. So yeah, it's kind of honestly, it's kind of like Metroid Prime with the freaking pirate, the energy pirates, where you have to match the color to them.
I don't know if it's just me, but Red Max sounds like it'd be the name of like some kind of Mad Max spin-off or something.
Oh, I was thinking it was gonna be
Oh,
some dumb like.
They confirmed.
Uh-oh.
I think they confirmed that they're making the next Mad Max movie.
Really?
Yay!
There's a movie that they confirmed they're making a sequel to. I just forgot what movie it was.
Oh. I didn't know.
Dash to blow out the fire.
Go ahead. But
Oh yeah, one thing I think we forgot to mention this, but you do want to be careful with the lore in that if you pull too hard, you lose the gold.
Oh yeah. And we need to, and the combos you're seeing up there is with each enemy I kill, the higher the combo, I get little bonus experience points. And our damage goes up a little bit more when we get into combo mode.
I can't hold this thing any longer.
The core. I just have to unlock that core socket.
Gotcha. So,
This
what
pressure
do you
plate
guys
goes
think
into
so
the
far of the
socket.
game?
But
Opinion
it's
hasn't really
missing one of
changed,
its
to
power
be honest.
cells.
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, what do you within a Fune?
It looks
Do
decent.
it.
I can see much more of, yeah.
I've heard.
I can see much more of a Metroid Prime feel to it than Mega Man, except, robots. But,
Right.
yeah.
Well, to be fair, Mega Man also had
Well,
robots.
no, I'm saying Metroid Prime with robots.
Okay, that's also
So
fair.
that's where I see the Mega Man.
Southpaw.
But that's
Actually,
I feel
I
kind
know where you belong.
I feel kind of silly for thinking about it like this, but the thing that reminds me the most about Metroid Prime is the sound effects that they use for this game. Some of the sound effects sound just like when you're selecting options in the Metroid Prime
Yeah,
menus.
true.
I
By the
can
way,
hear that.
By the way, I do hope that we get more news on Metroid Prime 4 again. Or a Metroid Prime trilogy for Switch. Everybody wants it.
I'm still surprised we haven't heard anything of 4 yet.
Well, we did.
Well, I know-
We did a little bit. They mentioned that they're redoing the entire thing because Nintendo wasn't satisfied with the quality of the game.
That and that they were getting retro back.
Yep.
Right, there we go. Those rings power up my jump to be able to refill the jump. I don't want to go there yet. I want to go this long way to get more power bots.
Gotcha. But honestly, it does make me wonder, like, why didn't they just turn to retro in the first place? For Prime 4?
Maybe they tried, but Retro might have been busy with something else, and then they weren't satisfied, so they waited for Retro.
Yeah, I'm curious what they were busy with.
By the way, I was right. They George Miller is planning 3 more Mad Max movies,
That's good on him.
Dang.
which
But you
I'm
know-
excited, and I do hope they actually do it like Mad Max Fury Road, in which Max himself is the side character. The main character was actually Charlize Theron's character.
Right.
But anyway, I was just making a joke about how, like, you know, not for nothing, I know a lot of people are glad that Retro's back for Prime 4. It must have really sucked for the original team that were working on Prime 4, where it's like, yeah, we didn't like how you were turning out, so we're just gonna kick you off and replace
No,
you.
I'm pretty sure the original team is still going to have something to do with it, just not as big of a hand.
Well, that's what I heard. I heard that Retro wasn't fully taking over, but that they were taking over, like they were gonna now head the project.
Yeah.
Not they were replacing them, just they were gonna now become a directing lead of sorts, like to help keep them on the right track.
That said, I am just kind of curious about what would it have been to make them go like completely from the ground up remake? Like, what elements do you think initiated that?
I am going to
probably
call it now. I bet they're originally planning on making the game as opposed to open.
If not that,
Well, I mean, you say that, Matt, but to be fair, Prime 3 was pretty linear in its own right.
Prime 3
I
was
would
linear in its own right, but it doesn't mean it was fully linear. And to be fair, I just don't think Prime 3 was. A lot of people think that. I thought it was good, but personally, I think Prime 1 is the best. Everybody knows that one's the best. But I like Prime 2 just a bit more.
I didn't care too much for Prime 2.
I've never played any of them.
Everybody is the same. I'm one of the fucking black sheeps where I think that Prime 2 is better than 3.
Well, I'll have to give it a shot and learn for myself eventually.
I guess if I can ask, Matt, like, was there anything in particular between the two that made you prefer 2 over 3?
Honestly, 3 felt too much story heavy. It felt too story heavy. And
Mac?
Oop, Mac.
Oh, jeez.
There you go.
there we it felt a little too story heavy in my opinion. Like the character, it felt too story heavy and, like we mentioned, a little too linear. Whereas 2 felt more open, and also I like the bosses more in 2. Like the giant spider robot and Emperor Ing. Especially
Right.
Emperor Ing's theme song. I fucking love that theme.
The spider boss. Is that the one where you're primarily on the waterfall?
Yes.
I heard that.
I like that one. It's a humongous. It's one of the biggest. It's basically the Kraid fight of Metroid Prime, where Kraid was this huge, spectacular, gigantic fight where you're fighting a humongous giant. It's very similar with the giant robot fight.
You know,
What you just saw there with that instant extract. When my combo gets to times 10 or higher, I can use 10 of my combo points to do an instant extract, which will immediately give me the core, no tug of war, and also will create a huge explosion that will destroy most things around
No
it.
tug of war for the core,
There must be
That
another
sounds
one of those
sore.
cores nearby.
or like a boar.
anyway, just
More
going
like
to
a chore.
that spider boss. That does bring up like an interesting concept. Like the idea of like where you have to fight a boss mostly in the ball form does sound like a pretty interesting conception.
That's what
at
they
least.
did. No, that's what they
I know.
did. and I like
I know.
it.
I know. That's why I was complimenting the boss.
Yeah.
Because I like the idea of a boss being like based more around mobility rather than just shooting.
Yeah. But
What
yeah,
are we
no,
here?
exactly. That's why I really like that boss. And then also, like I mentioned, Emperor Ing, who is the final boss of that game. I fucking love his
Go on.
theme, especially
You
the
can find it.
open of it. The
Take a look, buddy.
Which we will get to that. Which we will get to that at some point in the future for sure.
Yeah, no, I am one of those black sheeps that say that 2 is better than 3. I'm sorry,
Well, again,
but that's how
I will give it a look see, and perhaps I will.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Honestly-
mainly apologizing to James.
That's
Yeah.
number 2.
Well,
I think
honestly,
there's a problem.
Matt, it's really just a matter that, well, I don't know. I don't know. I never found 2 all that interesting from what I've seen of it. Like 3 seemed a little more my speed, and also there's also the matter that I'm just not that big on the Prime series to begin with. I was always more geared towards the 2D games.
Like,
Which is
yeah,
fair.
I love Prime. Well, I just love Metroid in general. The Metroid games are fun. I'll even defend Other M in that the gameplay was fantastic. The
Oh,
story
yeah, no,
was
Other M-
absolute
the Other M-
shit. But
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, honestly, like we give Other M a lot of flack, but honestly, with everyone I've talked to and heard, all that flack is mainly just with story and presentation. I've never really heard anyone really criticize
well,
the gameplay.
The best way to describe it, Hype, is that it's a terrible Metroid game, but it is a good action game.
yeah, no. And here's the thing. Honestly, it was the fact that they really dumbed down and fucked with Samus's character. You know what? It is honestly, in my opinion, how it is pretty much how Marvel changed Carol Danvers for the movie of Captain Marvel, because she felt different to the movie than she does in the comics as Captain Marvel. I think she's a good character as Captain Marvel in the comics. I still prefer Ms. Marvel, aka Kamala Khan.
Which
But-
is fair.
But, as Captain Marvel, she is an interesting character in the comics. In the movie, they made her much more of I'm a feminist icon for the purposes of being a feminist icon.
True.
And then
a shame
she got
because-
and then she got blasted out into space in the next movie.
It is kind
Mac,
of a shame.
buddy,
because
we're in the middle of a cutscene
Sorry.
here. No, I was saying Mac. I was saying that to Mac, like Mac kind of in the way.
okay.
Ooh,
Here's our next boss.
That's a spiky one.
it's a ram.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck,
he
I
ain't
was just
happy.
about to say.
Oh, he's happy. Oh, he ain't happy.
The skull cracker, that really? That's
Well, to be
mean-
fair,
really?
To be
It was either
fair,
that or
like
we
with
say that he
boards like
needs
that,
more.
I'm pretty sure it's cracked its fair share of skulls.
It was either that, Matt, or they would have to make a joke about how his motherboard really needs more RAM.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Now,
But
this
in-
thing I like about the game is, like, quickly distract away from what I just said there. The gameplay doesn't. You really don't have a finite amount of ammo. It's just an energy source, and your gun does automatically refill its ammunition over time.
It's good.
You're
Honestly, I
just
just
like,
feel-
fuck all the other things, of course. I want this one.
The only way we're gonna
Well, yeah, because once you kill that thing, it automatically like upgrades itself, or not
does
upgrades.
it-
It automatically completes the fight.
okay, because I was about to ask, like, if you kill the big boss first, does it automatically take care of all the other moves?
And
Yes.
yet you steal that guy's score.
Because I had an instant extract ready.
Oh boy.
There we go.
There we go.
Boss?
Nope, does not work on bosses.
Oh, okay, that
That's
makes
the
sense.
last core we need.
Or maybe you need a bigger combo to be able to do it to bosses. I don't know. But all I know is that hang on, I see that.
Secret.
But yeah, just stuff like that.
But it's a secret.
But yeah, stuff like that, and like the movement, and it feels nice when I can like platform, like the platform is very tight actually when she grabs and scales onto terrain and platforms. I don't feel like I'm like trying to wrestle control of Jewel while she's moving about, and I really appreciate that in a platformer game.
So I don't know if this is an oxymoron, but I have a cat over here that is sleeping on a dog bed.
Aw.
Oh,
They probably just need a place to sleep. Is the closest thing.
Yeah.
it's gonna get
There's
nightmares.
a cat bed right next to it.
But this one's
Yes.
comfier.
Pylons up
That
and
you
running.
clearly do not understand how the cat's mind works. Yes, there's a cat bed, but it
Cat's
could
not gonna
sleep
care.
on a dog bed, and that's all that runs through its head is, but I could.
That's a good point. It's like
I
know,
don't. I,
it's just-
I,
Wait,
I
wait,
shouldn't, but
no, like,
but I could.
I was visiting my parents over the week, and when I was sleeping in a room there,
Oh,
the
hey, Violet.
cat was with me during that. Okay, I like this thing. I like this thing.
Alright.
Violet is really fun
Yeah.
and has just good.
It's
I-
cute.
Yeah, no. I can just imagine the voice of the
Okay.
of the soldier from
Select a
Team
transfer
Fortress 2
plate on the
coming
map
out
to
of
travel
her.
to its location.
Heard you.
Find more plates to travel.
I've been
Unless it's a
teleporting
farm.
around for the past 3 days.
This
But just that's other Samus, and I'm glad that proves she can
can
emote.
act.
She
the
can act
director
without.
just
She
It's
can
sad
act
that
through
she can
gibberish.
emote with a character that doesn't even speak English.
yeah.
but has more believable emotions than Samus Aran.
Yeah. Well, Samus Aran and yeah.
Oh, and as we leave this area, the sandstorm is finally done. So as we leave this area, we'll also get a look at our primary antagonist of the game, Victor, voiced by Carlito.
Yeah.
And it's very, and I'll admit he does a pretty like unique voice for this guy compared to Carlito and other things. So
Or Ukuka.
Oh yeah, Uku as well.
I'd say it's actually pretty close to Ukuga, I guess maybe.
Really?
Well,
Well, again,
let's wait in here.
well, it has the same basic. Well, you'll see as soon as this freaking loads. Oh my
Yeah, the load
goodness
times can be a
gracious!
little long.
It's
Yeah.
on PC.
So anyway, while we're still waiting for it to load, I was at my parents' house for the weekend or for the week, and the cat decided like I could sleep on the bed with Matt. I mean I could use his body heat to stay warm as well. But then there's this uncomfortable suitcase over here that I could sleep on.
And he sleeps on the suitcase, and we also got that freaking sheet,
Yeah, she.
and we also got that
Okay.
servitor thing turned on.
Bunch of sand.
Hooray!
Ooh.
So we fully repaired our network, and now we're detected an emergency beacon.
I'm getting a
Thus,
ping
the
from an
plot
emergency
drives us
beacon on the other
forward.
side of that gate.
Look at little Mick.
The storm must have been blocking its signal.
What's
on,
up, Mac?
We better go check it
He
out.
sees something.
That would be Victor.
Whoa.
What bionicle game did he come out of?
He does look like a fucking Bionicle!
But he has a black core and does not look friendly, and that's why I had to look at in here, because this is basically where the game just takes off the handcuffs and lets you go where you
This
please.
sector is
Yay,
filled with
I
ReCore
think.
bots, Matt.
Within reason, yep.
Before
It's
we
a
go any further,
Metroidvania
we should
kind of.
head
You have to
back
get
our
you have to get
crawlers so I
abilities,
can
but
craft you some better parts.
yeah, that's about it. And now we can at any point in time fast travel back to the.
Okay, Violet, let's go.
Let's go, Violet. Fast travel us back.
Yeah.
He's great.
Did she just? I swear she said A-okay.
She did. And again, Violet is adorable, and I love her in this game. She's like such a fun character.
She is adorable. That
You
is
know what?
actually adorable.
You know what? Not for
wait. That is one gold star for you and
Let's
Nafane.
get you geared up, Mac.
Hooray!
Well, I was about
You
to say
actually you actually made some fun robot characters.
Yeah.
what I was about to say is that for some reason I'm imagining Violet having like Japanese Sonic levels of English every now and then.
Well, he did say if you listen closely back then when we were leaving, she did say Victor. She did she was talking about Victor, the bad
Yeah.
guy.
Well, I just
So
mean like
it's kind of a Star Fox Adventures kind of like Krazoa Palace kind of thing.
well, I was just talking about like just on the
Krazoa Palace.
well, I was just
Yeah.
talking about like on the same levels as Japanese Sonic, where it's like congratulations.
Yeah, that would work.
Oh, hey, you
Yep,
can
we can put on some new
customize.
power.
You can customize it.
Oh,
That looks
now
like
he
an
looks more
actual
like a
dog.
dog. Oh,
And we can get new equipment, new armor. Let's see. Let's save out the loadout. Let's upgrade his core with all of my stuff.
All of it.
Damn marble.
And accept changes. Yeah, stats are much better. And yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much the game. That's pretty much you go through dungeons, you complete a little
Looking
story,
good, boy. Now let's get back to
and
that
I genuinely enjoy
You
this.
go
You
through
can get
20
it on.
minutes of load times.
Josh. So yeah, you go to Xbox. So yeah, this is on Xbox One, and the Definitive Edition is now available on PC as well through Steam.
Huh.
And
Oh yeah, by the way, I mean, yeah, we've pretty much seen the most of the game, except we forgot to mention that there's other robot companions you can.
oh, there's a
recruit along
bunch.
the
There's
way.
like four. There's at least 4 or 5, I think. And like you have everything from spider bots that let you like climb along walls, a jetpack.
I don't know
There's
why,
a
but
lot.
that was cute. Just the way Mac was just kind of like crawling along the sand there.
I'm gonna find it. But yeah, I'm still only just barely scratching the surface. But yeah, if this looked interesting to you, I
Gotta
would
find
recommend
where
giving
I
it a
left
shot.
this bone if it kills me.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Aw. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching and tuning in. I was Lucky Jack 20.
I'm just making stream.
Palace.
And
Yeah.
Right.